Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Grumpy's Gaming Garage. And I will start off by prefacing by saying this video is not sponsored by World of Tanks because I don't get real views. At least right now. And I don't want sponsorships. I don't want to make money. I just want to make you laugh. The video is not sponsored by World of Tanks, but we are playing a tank game. I should also say, this is the next Let's Play. This is the next Let's Play. Let's go. Now, obviously, we've heard of World of Tanks, where you get to control a tank, and you get to do a lot of other stuff, and you shoot shit. And microtransactions. Well, let's just say that I'm not a big fan of tank games, to be 100% honest. However, there is one tank game I grew up playing as a kid. But I'm going to let these cutscenes play here real quick. Okay, that was a very weird stutter at the end. Excuse me real quick, I gotta do some minor audio fixing stuff. At least press start so it doesn't play the demo. Okay, the audio's a lot better now. I apologize if it was a bit loud, but this is Seek and Destroy for the PlayStation 2. Mom, I want to play World of Tanks! Sweetie, we got World of Tanks at home. World of Tanks at home. Yeah, it's a third-person tank fighting game. And it is nostalgic for me. It is childhood. And the other thing I will say is this is a very, very short game. However, I want to actually show everything that this wonderful game has to offer as much of it as I can, at least the first playthrough. And I'm going to be splitting this up into 2 parts. Okay, the music can shut up for a second. I'm going to split this up into 2 parts because before I start, Grumpy's Gaming Garage will also be streaming on Mondays, starting this Monday. And every Monday after, unless something happens and I can't stream, I am bumping it up. I am officially announcing that I am doing 2 streams a week. I finally have a time. Every Monday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. 2 streams a week. So every Saturday at 9 a.m., like right now, and every Monday at 5 p.m. However, the Monday streams will be a little bit different than what I'm used to. Because, well, actually, I'm not going to say anything now, but I will address that on the Monday stream as to how the Monday streams are going to work, at least more into detail than what I've already said. But today we are playing Seek and Destroy for the PS2. It's a third-person tank fighting game. Like I said, it is nostalgic. You might have heard of this game, you might have not. It is shovelware. But I like to view this game as a hidden gem. And I will immediately start by saying real quick, this is a very short game. From a brand new file like we're doing today, this game, if I were to skip all the cutscenes and just only play it the way that I really, really, really want to play it, this game could be beaten in a stream's worth, like 2 hours. It's that short. If you know what you're doing, first time through, I'm not kidding. The game's that short. However, because I am going through the cutscenes, I am unfortunately going to be splitting this into 2 parts. But the first part we're going to get through is about halfway through the game. About halfway. And I want to show you guys a lot of things I know with this game. And I should also mention for the record, because this is Grumpy's Gaming Garage after all, cheat codes! And the best part about these cheat codes is that you can technically find all of them in the game itself. You gotta do certain things. However, thanks internet, and I got cheats, and I was even looking up the cheats just to triple check so I know which ones I have to type in. But I found out something very, very interesting, and I've never seen it before. I am going to do it this stream because I would love to know exactly what the heck it is. And I've never heard of it. It's a secret part you can get in the game. One part is beating the game straight through like normal. Another one is doing all of the arena missions, which I'll get to in a little bit. And there's this last one that I've never heard of. I did not know this existed in the game. I think it's a radar. It's a piece of radar equipment. And I'm going to show that off, and you guys are going to get my first reaction because I've never heard of it. But enough of me spouting and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Music is back on. Let's actually start our game. So, naturally, we put our name in. That is loud in my ears. And I don't know if it's going to be too loud here. The volume levels look like they're okay. If I have to turn this down just a little bit, please let me know in the chat. I would greatly appreciate it. But GGG, Grumpy's Gaming Garage. Oh wait, there's an apostrophe? Ah! Jeez, GG. Yeah, the intro cutscene you saw, well, that's the intro to the game, basically. That kind of gives you the brief synopsis. But you get to choose out of all these different kinds of tanks. Don't worry, you pick one, and thankfully, you'll be able to unlock all of them throughout the game. I will start off by saying that it's not a bad, good first selection. I remember as a kid, I used to pick this one a lot. This one I really liked. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that one. I used to like this one. You can't turn it side to side, but you can shoot it straight up or straight through. But I'm not picking it. I even used to pick this one too for kind of the same thing. You can kind of sort of tilt it side to side. Like, this game has the physics that you would expect out of a tank game, thankfully. You can move your turret, you can spin your whole thing. It's amazing. It really is amazing. But out of all these tanks, definitely not this one. Yeah, Tank Destroyer M18 Hellcat. This is the worst tank in the game because there are 3 different things. It's, what the hell is it? I think it's H, T, and B. And there's like certain weapons you can put on, but you have to have a certain thing in order to be able to equip it to that tank. This tank is the worst because it has none of it. None. This is effectively the most useless tank in the game. It is arguably considered the worst. But what I'm going to pick today, problem is that, hey, there is no blue tanks. We ain't gonna see that. But, yeah, I'm starting this from brand new. I haven't played this game in a while, to be honest. But, yeah, let's go with this one. The Type 97 Shiha Improved. Yeah, we'll start it. Why not? Cutscene. Yeah, the intro cutscene you saw, yeah, that just tells you the whole story. You just get thrown right into the action. Oh no, the enemy tanks are gonna destroy the town. We gotta stop them. That's a nice weapon he's got on there, the Bound Bomb. Which can only be accessed through a cheat code that we're gonna be putting in at the end of this mission. Yeah, the tanks talk. The tanks talk. I know there's people inside the tanks that are saying it, but I'm sorry. The way that they move their turrets when they're looking at a certain tank, and I'm sorry, the tanks talk to each other. It's funny. There's 2 pause menus. You got your regular start, which is the actual pause, but then there's this actual pause menu. I need to look at these because I need to remember the controls. Again, I have not played this game in a while. Okay. Yep, I remember this now. I don't remember with the camera though, but I don't think it mattered. It says there's 2 different types, but I don't know. Like, one's a close-up, which I like. But yeah, this is the game. What you gotta do is you gotta destroy the enemy tanks in every single mission. There's different missions throughout the game. Now, in every single mission, you can, if you want to, there is the boss that's back there, and he's got that Bound Bomb. But it's okay. We can fight them. We can defeat them. At this point, it's just spamming circle. It's not that bad. However, if you do blow up these tanks, there is something special. You get a special cutscene for each one. And if I remember correctly, oh wow, the enemies actually got the rest of them. Our guys got the rest of them. Awesome. And that's the first mission. We saved the town even though half it was destroyed. After every mission, you get gold. Thanks, game. You get tanks. We saw this one earlier. I know we saw this one earlier. We saw that one earlier. I think this one. Maybe I'm wrong. But we get some new ones. And throughout the game, you start to unlock all the tanks that normally in the very beginning that you can pick initially. You start to unlock all of those throughout the game. Cool. So you know how your tank was very, very small in town? Well, now it's like bigger than the buildings. Yeah. This is our world map. Pretty big, pretty elaborate, pretty massive. There's some cities in the distance. Those are all towns we can go to and stock up on stuff. However, we got to play through the game like normal. But before we do that, we got to go to town. I got to show what this game really is. It's tradition. But we'll start right out of the game by going to our left at the arena. There's the battle arena and the expert arena. The battle arena, there's 3 different tanks you can fight. If you win the tank. And then the expert arena. Now, the expert arena is... I don't like the volume bar on that. I'm sorry. So there's going to be parts where I'm going to mute. Let me explain. The expert arena, there are certain weapons that you have... There are certain weapons and attachments you have to have equipped in order to do them. In town here, there is one that you have to have. With the battle arenas, you can do them whenever. They're simple battles. You fight a tank. If you win the tank, and you get some money for your troubles. Great. Awesome. Fantastic. We got our garage and our shop. And we will go into the shop because I want to show you guys everything this game has to offer. So these are all different attachments that you can equip on your tank. You got your main weapon, your sub-weapon A, your sub-weapon B. You got engine parts so your tank can move faster. You got travel parts, which will help. It helps with the steering of your tank. Like when you're moving along, when you're moving the analog stick, it helps with the steering. And it controls faster. There's like some of them where you can use like sneak and stuff. The turning grip, basically the grip retains your speed if you're going uphill, and the turn is just how quick can you move your entire tank side to side. I'm not going to get any of these parts yet. They're not necessary. There are special parts. You can make your tank fly. If you couldn't tell, this is a very, very heavily Japanese-influenced game. But yeah, you can make your tank fly. There are internal devices. There are only 3 in the game, unfortunately. However, we'll get to those because there's some shops where They don't sell them or it's sold out. You have to go to each different town to get different parts. And considering this is the first town, you're only going to get the very basic upgrades. Your level 2s, if you will. The turret gear moves how fast that the turret on your tank moves. And it can go... You could either make it really super slow than it already is, or you can make it spin really, 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 really fast. And it's fun. Computer has the targeting system where you can target tanks. With CPUs, it's better to have a very, very good one so you can really get long distance. Radar has a little map on the bottom corner where it will show a map and it'll show all the enemy tanks and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And then there's armor you can get. You can buy parts that remove armor, or you can increase your armor, which basically, increases your defense and you don't lose a lot of health as quickly. However, there is a very specific strategy to this game. The strategy, oh yeah, and I should go into depth with some of these weapons. You can get a machine gun, you can equip the missile, and yes, you can equip the chainsaw. Yeah, there's a chainsaw attachment. It attaches to the turret of your tank, and you can use a chainsaw. Now, that expert arena that I showed you guys earlier, you need this in order to play the expert ones, because there's things that require with the chainsaw, unfortunately. But every single one is like that. The Grand Bomb, there's another expert arena that does require this. It's one of those where you kind of have to go to the different towns, check out the expert arenas, know what you need, because there's like something very special and specific that is associated with every single expert arena. There's a certain item you have to have equipped to be able to do it. You can do some of them without, but it becomes next to impossible. However, what we're going to do starting right out of the gate is I'm getting the Super Shell. It's just a more powerful version of the tank bullets that I have. You can get the torpedo, sure. Causes, flame damage. Great. Too bad the flame damage is a bit broken and it doesn't really work. And there's a lot less shells in it. Yeah, and I will give this game credit. The details. Playing this game many, many years later, after as a kid, going back to it. Yeah, no, these details are surprisingly very, very useful. I will actually give this game credit for really having a lot of detail in a game that honestly shouldn't, but it works. You can also change your tank whenever the heck you want. Now, oh yeah, HTB. So this is what I was talking about. The H, which stands for heavy, meaning you can equip heavy artillery on your tank. Great, cool. Usually a lot of the stuff is on the back of the tank. There's this one weapon, it shoots out this one huge ass missile, and it basically kind of works like a nuclear missile. It's cool, but it's a big load. And then there's the T and B. I know the T is for turret, the H is for heavy, and I don't remember what the B was for. Oh yeah, and you can also check what armor your tank has, like base armor. The max is for all the items that you can put on your tank. There's a certain max limit, and if it goes over, it's fine, but then your tank moves a lot slower. The less parts you have on your tank, the faster your tank can move. Even if you have a powerful, fast engine, if you go over your max, yeah, your tank will move very substantially slower, and the upgrades almost become worthless. Considering that some of these considering that all the tanks that I got have a higher armor than the one I picked, we are gonna switch our tank. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Wisp. I like that. Oh, you can change the paint too. You got your base color. You got forest. Now, I will say the paint does nothing. Even if you're in the areas where the paint is appropriate, it's practically useless. Oh, it just blends in with the crowd. Great. You got forest, you got plain, you got desert, you got snowfield, and you have urban. Now, for most tanks, the urban one is always going to be the same, and it's going to look like this. No, you cannot change these colors, unfortunately. But there is one tank that has a completely different urban, and I will showcase that on Monday. Definitely Monday. But what I'm going to do is I'll put the plain one on, because the next battle it does take place in a plane. We got our super shell that we're going to equip. Got to equip the engine. If any of these are, if these are red, there's some things that are red, you can't leave without putting everything on them. That's just kind of a given. Yeah. So we got our tank. We can get rid of our shell. Oh, and the best part about this game, and this is what's really cool, you can sell the items for the same price that you paid for them. So if you bought an item and you kind of made a bit of a mistake, don't worry, you can sell the item back and get all your money's worth. Like, I sold my main one for 100, and I can buy it for 100. Cool. Not getting any upgrades and stuff like that outside of my main weapon. There is a bit of a strategy if you want to make this game easy for yourself. Oh yeah, cheat codes. Now we got to go to this part of town, and it's only in this town where you can put the cheat codes in. Also, every single town does have a helipad where you can travel to different cities without having to go out of town and things like that. It's almost useless. It's almost useless, but we need to go to this tank. We need to talk to this tank. This suspicious-looking tank. Ooh, do you know the secret word? Well, let's see. This game has 4 of them. And I'm only going to put the first 3 in. And it's letter combinations. So if you excuse me for a hot second, I need to focus on typing these in. Okay. I'll leave this frame here for a hot second. If you want to maybe write down the code. But this is the first code. It's KWNOHIRO. And what does this cheat give you? 1,000 gold. Oh, by the way, these cheats can only be implemented once per file, unfortunately. So, you get a free 1,000 gold. That's a cool cheat. And thankfully, the code stays put every single time you go back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the next code in. KKH Wee! I'll leave this here real quick for a hot second. Just so that way then you guys can write the stuff down. I know, obviously you can just look online, but maybe if you're a little bit too lazy and you just want to watch the screen, great. The screen. The screen. And now we get the bound bomb. Yeah, remember in the first mission there with that boss that had that attachment? Yeah, now you got the attachment. This is the only way you can get that weapon. And I will just say this right out of the gate. It's overpowered. It is overpowered. Like, it's one of the few cheats that I honestly do find very useful. Now we put in that next cube. I might be butchering this, but it's Adgrito? Oh no, Adgritro. Adgritro. Hope I'm sorry, that's a very stupid way to pronounce it. I'm sorry. But now we have a grand flag. There is a way you can get this. Obviously, like I said, there are certain things where you can get it cheap. It's very cool. It's great, awesome. But we got the grand flag. Oh, and I guess I might as well put the last code in because there's only 4 codes for this game. This last one, I'm not a fan of it at all. I guess it can be useful depending on the circumstances, but I don't know. Every time I played this game, I've never used it. Gsasinri. Assassinry. I don't know. I don't know. That's all 4 codes. And you get air Gatling. It's a Gatling gun for your tank, so you can shoot enemies in the air. Unfortunately, there's only a couple of missions where it's useful, and even then, the aiming on it is just terrible. I'm sorry, but I've never found a good use for the Gatling gun for any tank. I'm sorry, it's just shit. It really is just shit. Oh yeah, and the biggest difference when you go to the garage, you can do all the same stuff that you normally do in the shop. However, you can also save the game. And I am going to make a safety save right out of the gate just to be safe. I've never had problems with this game freezing or skipping or anything like that. But you can never be too sure. But we get the grand flag. And the funny thing is that even though it's something you put on your tank, what you have equipped on your tank goes down. And you get a boost. Yeah, the best parts you can get for becoming a general increases tank performance. It does raise your defense just a little bit. It's useful. You don't have to have anything specific with it to put it on. So even that M18 Hellcat tank, you can put this on it. The same thing goes for the bound bomb and the Gatling gun. There is no HTB thing for it at all. But yeah, an anti-aircraft Gatling gun destroys enemies in the air. And while it is a pretty cool weapon, I will admit, when you put it on your tank, it looks badass. I'm not going to lie. But it's useless as all hell. So I stick with the bound bomb. And like I said, this is overpowered. Yeah, good to use on rough surfaces. It's a unique weapon that bounces. There are multiple weapons that bounce in this game. There's one that I really, really love, and I really, really hate it at the same time. Yeah, okay. So, what I'm going to do... let's see, where are we at right now? Are we actually half hour in? Oh my god, we are half hour in. Holy shit. Okay, So, I'm going to get some of these arenas, and I know the game music is still muted. I do apologize. I'm going to go into the battle arenas. I'm going to do these 3 real quick, and turn my mic and camera off so you guys get to kind of see a little bit more of what this game's all about, and with the weapons I put on, you'll see why it's overpowered. Oh, by the way, ignore the ranks on this. Also, ignore the fact that the weird thing about this is that the fucking... how you move around, it's backwards. It's literally turn right to go left. I'm pressing right, and it's moving left. It's weird. Not too big. Not a fan of the inverted controls in these menus. But yeah, ignore the ranks. They mean nothing. They really mean nothing. Now, I will admit, sometimes the normal and difficult, depending on which arena you're in and depending on which one it is, it can be a bit challenging sometimes, but strategy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these three, showcase it. I'm going to turn the game volume back on, and I'm muting myself in the camera. And I'm going to show you guys just a little bit of what this game's all about. Did I forget to mention that the bound bomb is overpowered? Okay, I'm gonna turn down the game volume. I have no idea why it's very loud. Try -28 and hope this works. Hopefully it's not too overpowered. Yeah, like I said, Bound Bomb is very OP. Very, 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 very OP. And I am not going to be doing the expert arenas. I will be doing the battle arenas to get some extra cash. And now that I have the extra cash, I'm going to now finally properly upgrade my tank to a bit better than it already is. The main thing I need to do is I need to make this tank a little bit faster. And put the CPU in. Because believe me, aiming in this game is crucial, especially when you can really hone in and focus on an enemy. Anything else I want? Yeah, I'll get this too. Do I want travel parts as well? Yeah, I'll get the travel parts, it's fine. Screw it. Unfortunately, yes, every single time when you buy a new thing, you have to put the parts in manually. It doesn't automatically do it. And I can sell all of these. Get some money back. And we can go out of town. 32 works a lot better. Didn't realize the game. Because I'm just looking at the volume thing going. It's like, really? It's like it's at negative 32 decibel and it's still that loud. Wow. Anyway, let's go into the second mission. Cutscene. Yeah, the goal for most of these missions is defeat all the enemies. There's no time limit, thankfully. Yeah, I don't get a hover thing. I just get dropped. Alright, fine. But yeah, it's another one of those, just defeat all the enemies. And I'm pretty sure just about every mission does have an actual boss. It's always going to be that black tank that you see. I know you can't really see much of anything, but I promise you, they're all dying fast. Oh yeah, then there's that little hideout. So, sometimes the actual boss is there, or at least, oh wait, no. I remember. If you didn't defeat the boss in the first mission, the boss will be hidden there in the second mission. That's what it was. And gotta love the bow and ball. It's just so overpowered. And thankfully, when you shoot it, it automatically targets. And that's it. And if that lingo doesn't make any sense, well, this game does something very, very unique in that you can play the game one way, you can play the game in another way and do alternative quests. And we got some more tanks. Ooh, the Churchill MK2. I used to love using this tank as a kid. And I might actually just switch it. I just might. However, there are actually two different ways that you can go about doing the next mission. There's the easy mode, which if you go here, which is what we're gonna do. Slide. There's two different ways you can go about doing this mission. You can either do this, in which you have to stop them from transporting your general or whatever to where they said they were taking them. And again, it's another defeat all the enemies mission. Or, and this is preferred. If I can get down here without falling into, okay. Or, you have the harder difficulty, where you can defeat a boss here in the sand, which you have to defeat all the enemies. And then there's this little building that's all the way up here. It's a two-parter mission. The second part, you actually go into the facility and you save your general or whatever. Obviously, you have to do it, and it is a stealth mission. It does incorporate stealth, but the stealth is practically useless. And it is technically the harder way of going about it, considering it's two separate quests, and that one desert, and that desert one, the first part there, don't have the good kind of weapons yet. So we're just going to do this one. You gotta destroy a bridge and defeat all the enemies, because you can't let them travel anywhere. Hence the mission, The Bridge in the Wilderness. Then you gotta quickly go this way and destroy that bridge. Or at the very least, what you have to do is you have to destroy one of the bridges, because if they get through, mission fails. Also, yeah, if you let the cutscene play, you kind of stall and you waste the time there, unfortunately. So I don't know what else to tell you. But like I said, you gotta at least destroy one of the bridges. And since we got it, now that truck can't cross. Meaning all you have to do now is just defeat the enemies, and that's the quest. That's the mission. That's it. Yeah, the thing with this game is that it is very, 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 very self-explanatory. And no, you can't destroy the truck. Even though you can target it, you can't destroy it. And that's it. Oh shoot, my camera thing's actually covering now. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, since you did that mission, now those missions that you can go back over here and they don't exist anymore. Because you went that way and did that thing. So ooh, I am actually gonna go to Tugi. I don't know how to pronounce it. Again, it's a very Japanese game. Hence the semi, and I'm very loosely going to say semi poor translation. But, I'm not going to complain. It's a game where tanks talk to each other. And like I said, every shop in each different city is different. You can even shoot bombs. Like actual bombs that roll. Oh yeah, internal devices. So this is the only 3 internal devices in the game. And I'm going to get the most overpowered one. The most broken. High reload. Speed shot shoots your weapons faster, but high reload cuts the reload time by half. And with some of these weapons that take a few seconds to load, it's very crucial in the heat of battle. Oh, and there's also night vision goggles where you can see in the dark. Too bad you're gonna buy a searchlight and do the same thing. Now, as far as for a lot of these, they're useless. The smoke one, I guess, is okay. The chaff, you never even know what enemies are using radar, so you just don't know. Oh, and then there's this old speaker. Behold, the most useless item in the game. Literally, this adds nothing. All this does is just changes like the sound thing or whatever when you're talking and stuff, or like during the cutscenes. When it does that wah, 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 wah thing, I think the old speaker does change the sound of it. And it's even more annoying. It's useless. It really is genuinely useless. Oh, and we can get our fastest turret gear, the Q Hyper. This is the one that makes your turret go whee! But we don't need it. We need something fast, but not too fast. Otherwise, then it becomes way too much of a pain. And then obviously radar at your own discretion. And even armor. You can even take your armor off, which will make your tank faster, but it means you take a lot more damage. There's even the light armor, which makes you go a little faster, a little more susceptible to damage, not by much. And then there's the heavy and strong armors. They're good. Later in the game, but they're good. And yes, you can even turn your tank into a jet. You got a propeller thing where it's fans that lift you off the ground. You got the booster, which is just a very shittier version of the propeller. And the hover plane. It just hovers you, it just lifts you above the ground. That's it. But the jet, it's cool. I'm not going to use it. There's no reason to use it. Do I even want to upgrade these? I don't know. Turn on the high reload, switch to the faster gear turret, switch my CPU. Actually, before I do any of that, I need to switch tanks. Yeah, now we're switching to the Churchill MK2. And hey, thankfully at least your paint carries over with each tank you switch it to. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're almost an hour in. That's not bad. Now I just got to get up the hill very, very slowly. Thankfully, with a faster engine and better, the other part thing or whatever. Oh, we're good. Come on, get up there, get in there. And now we get another series of showcasing how overpowered we are already at the beginning of the game still. If you couldn't tell with the faster reload, yeah, fast reload, bound bomb, this game's broken. I broke the game. Well, that was fun. Oh yeah, considering that I'm also going to be streaming on Mondays, and I should, as well, I should mention that I will be honest and say that these streams are likely going to be shorter than you would think. I'm going to try to keep it somewhere between an hour and 2 hours. Oh, that's a nice engine sound. Ooh, but it's even more fun when you go down this hill, too. I used to like doing this as a kid, just going really, really fast down this hill. Now we go to the next part. So, there are 2 of them that you have to do. And... oh yeah, that's right. This is the one I had to do this with. It can be done. Yeah, we'll do it. I don't like this particular mission, but I'll do it. You just gotta destroy 4 4 towers, and you have a time limit. Yep, 3 minutes to destroy 4 towers. Now you'll see these tanks, and they shoot these weird little purple things. Now, these tanks won't notice you or care about you at all to any extent. Oh wait, never mind, they do. They do. Yeah, once those pink things touch you, that's it. And these are powerful enemies. Almost forgot to mention that. Come on. I might actually fail this mission. I might actually fail it. Whoa. Okay. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Yes! Oh! And right at the brink of health, too. I'm gonna move myself here. Yeah, that close. I got a feeling I gotta fail at least one mission in this playthrough. I gotta fail at least one. This one was close, and this one I failed a bunch. However, this is where the game gets a bit odd when it comes to consistency. So there's this big machine that this thing is carrying, right? Great, cool, awesome. There's a certain way to do these quests too. Now all of a sudden your tank has got steroid juice because it's not how fast your tank is. But you'll get this cutscene. Yeah, it's a 2-part quest. So there's the thing that brought that thing. And then there's this helicopter. This helicopter's the boss. The thing that the carrier is carrying is a separate enemy. But there's a specific order that you have to do the missions in order to be effective. And I think a lot of it does, again, a lot of it depends on which storyline you take when it comes to the quests. Meaning that this game does have a surprisingly significant amount of replay value. Oh, and now it gets a little bit more difficult because now his lights went red, which means he's going to be a lot more fierce. And I will say the music is pretty awesome. I like the music in this game. And that's it. It just explodes. Well, that was fun. And wow, they fixed up the city real quick, didn't they? And they restored the towers that we destroyed. However, now comes the part of the game that we actually got to go here and we got to do stuff. Mainly the arena stuff. I'm trying to remember with this. Like I said, every single expert arena thing has something unique about it, and I'm trying to remember what it was with this town. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this one's easy. Basically, you just gotta have a thing that, you know, shoots really, really fast and shoots a lot of stuff. And we'll start with a unit bomber. Again, bound bomb is just broken. See? That's it. Oh yeah, and each of these expert arenas has its own tank that it uses, and again, if you beat it, you get the tank. And there's this. Oh, I forgot about this one, shoot. I win. Yep, I destroyed 5 and they destroyed 2. And I think it's always programmed like that, so... At least if you can do it fast like that. And we can X out of that, go to the other one, get some more money. And it's money that we need for something very, very, very important. Because let's just say that there is actually a weapon combination I discovered relatively recently. That's awesome. Now, obviously, this one's a bit different. You gotta destroy all these things. And you can just use the bound bomb. That's it. Still rolling. And then we have the Challenger. I do love this tank. This tank is... I'm going to stick with this one now for the most part through to the rest of the game. Ooh, and now that I actually have the amount of gold that I need, because I need at least 8,000, because it's for my main weapon. Challenger. Yeah, very, very, very powerful tank out of the gate. Change one to the snow one because it's got like a little bit of the green in it. So I like the mix of colors with it. I'm gonna stick with the snow one, even though we're not in snow yet. I do have to do one last little thing. And that's go to the shop because now we start getting some pretty good weapons. Some really, really good weapons. Yeah, you even got a high power laser beam you can use. You got a laser beam you can use in this game. Oh yeah, the blaster. This is that weapon I was talking about. For heavy tanks with an H sign. I'm not even kidding. It's basically like a nuclear missile. And yeah, you see that load time? 29.99 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds. And it's 1. This is why high reload is the best special part in the game. Or internal device in the game. I am gonna need something a bit more power, aren't I? Alright, I'll get this one. Thankfully, I'll get the money back. Thankfully, I will be able to get the money back after the next mission. And if you're wondering why it kind of does look a little bit dark right now, is that that's supposed to be calling for rain. Alright, let's go to town over here first. Yeah, calling for rain. Don't look like it, though. But hey, at least the next mission isn't too terrible. See, the first way you could go about is you could do this one first, but you have to have a searchlight or night vision. Because it's at night. And it's as simple as get into the base. Get into the base, that's it. You went. With this one, you gotta destroy the base. And then you win. You don't even have to, you can either defeat all the enemies or destroy the base. Oh yeah, all tanks to the capital. And now we get to the part of the game where you're going to start to notice the frame rate tank. Pun intended. It's not great. Fuck them all! All you gotta do is just destroy the whole innards of this, and that's it. See? That's it. You don't have to defeat all the enemies. Just destroy the base and you win the mission. And no, you don't get different tanks if you beat the mission differently. There's multiple ways to beat the mission, and it doesn't matter. You still get the same rewards regardless. Oh yeah, the King's Hideout. And we get this next mission, which it's a timed mission, but it's one of those things. It's one of those missions where the mission goes on for a set amount of time, and it's basically a survival wave. Nice. Ooh. Now we gotta do the one thing. Now there's one thing we gotta do. There is a very, very, very specific weapon I need to get. But thankfully, this is the shop where you can get at least a good start to all the best stuff in the game. For example, you can get the best engine. You can max out your engine. Which I'm not going to do yet, because I'm going to get this weapon. The long shot. Pair this with the high reload. It's broken. It is a broken weapon. Sure. Oh, it takes about, what, 2.5 seconds to load. This one, it's just a little over a second. Oh yeah, then there's this weapon, which, it's like the laser, but it's one heavy power focus blast. Sounds cool. It's not. Oh, and you can even have your turret shoot flames. As a kid, I used to do the flame shot. Actually, the powerful version of it, mixed with the flame gun here, and just hold both the buttons. Enemies are just gone, 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 gone. But now we're getting a long shot. It's a long shot that I get it. Ooh, and I gotta get the hyper CPU too, because that's a really, 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 really good one. No, we're good on that. Yeah, the long shot paired with a really good CPU and high reload. This game's broken. Sell that. Put the hyper CPU in. Yeah. Put the hyper CPU in and definitely gotta work on getting these now. The engine and travel parts are next, because we're getting the best engine, and I want to get the High Cat 3, the H Cat 3. But we're not gonna do that yet. Not yet. What I am going to do is we're going to be doing that next mission. I'm going to do a few more of these arenas. And what I'm going to do, for the time being, I'm getting rid of the camera. And then I will join right back in after we get the next mission done. Otherwise, I'm going to get some of these arena battles done first. Get a little extra cash on hand. Come back and get the engine stuff that I need, hopefully. At least after I get these and the mission done. And then go from there. Ooh, real quick thing I should mention about the long shot. You can only use it when you're standing still. That's the only drawback. But it's a very, very, very powerful weapon. Like I said, pair it with the high reload and it's broken. that was a fun mission. That was a really fun mission. Now. No, not yet. Okay, so first we gotta go over here. However, we can actually go this way. Oh, remember when I told you that there's certain areas where you can find certain cheat codes? Well, drive into the volcano. Assassinry. I'll tell him in the first town. Oh yeah, by the way, that's just the code that you can get for the Gatling gun. Just so I'm triple checking for my own sake. And it's like, yeah, great, cool, awesome. Let's see, the quest is there. However, I'm going here so I can get my engine upgrade. Because that's important. I know when I'm going to be tuning, you know, winding down. I know when. But I'm not yet. We're not winding down just yet. Don't worry. We still got... Oh, yeah. We got like a good half hour at least. Oh, shit. Where the hell am I going? Just gonna keep rolling. Right into the shop. Oh, thank God I got the money. Well, now we got the best engine in the game, which means now we can technically go the fastest. Actually, I'm gonna turn the camera on here in just a minute. What do we got here for this? Ah, damn it, I'm only off by 30 gold, really? Seriously? Okay, no, that's fine. Now the engine is all of a sudden really, really loud. It runs great. Oh, when you pause it, if you're going like this, then it just stays in loop like this. Yeah, I love how the sound stutters in this game. Hey, I won't complain. However, I gotta do something really, really quick. I will be right back. In the meantime, enjoy the score for this game, because... honestly, I know people don't really talk about this game ever, but... the score's not too bad. It's not too terrible. Alright, we're back. Ooh, and cutscene. And we got a boss. Focus in on honing over here. And now he's dead. And that's that mission. Yeah, that's better. Problem with a lot of these games I play, my camera always blocks everything. But hey, we recovered this town. And we get introduced to something new. I hope you enjoy that. It's like probably the only funny bit in this game. Like genuinely funny bit. Just rolls in too fast. Now, be sure to equip well for snow. Bitch, I look like I'm equipped for snow. I always loved the design for this tank inside, but the freaking just that thing just sticking out, just like whoa. However, one thing I am going to do here, and this one is a bit of an important one. At least the first thing we gotta do is we gotta go to the shop. And not that yet. First we go to the shop and special parts. Yeah? What you think making your tank fly was crazy? Nah. Let's strap a boat motor on the back of it. Fuck it, let's strap a boat motor. A sea motor. Underneath your tank and you can float in water and drive on water. Actually, the one mission that is going to be coming up here soon, which I'm going to say till Monday, I do need this part. You have to have either a flying part or a boat part. Because if you don't, you can't do the mission. And then we got the spiky cat, the best of all of these in the best travel part in the game. The problem is 10,000, 9,500 gold. No. Not yet. Can't use it yet. high radar, which isn't bad. I'll use the radar stuff eventually, but I do know that it does slow it down a bit. But in the meantime, I'm going to put on the C motor. And you can still use it like normal everywhere else. It's only effective once you're in water. And if you can guess already, the arenas for this specifically, for this town, are water-based. Meaning you have to use the water part. It takes a little bit, but it gets up there and it floats. And you can even kind of see it there on the bottom of the tank. Like this big thing that just pops out once you get in the water. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. If the enemies would stay still, I could kill them faster. Oh, that's those. Like I said, I'm not gonna do all of like the expert arena ones. Only just some of them, just enough to where I got the money. All the battle ones I'm doing because, well, extra money. However, the one thing we have to do is we got to go out of town. Where I get to be reminded of a season that I really don't want to be reminded of yet. That's the cutscene. So, oh, hey, we get to see some tanks. Cool. And then you get to kill this tank. Oh, but be careful, because they're all going to run away, and if you see that line there in the distance in the sky, that's your barrier. If you go past that and go far past it, or you stay out of bounds for too long, the game automatically just considers you surrender and you quit. Also, it's a really, really fast mission, too. Oh yeah, and the next mission, which I have to go back to a certain town just so I can get the searchlight so I can equip it and use it. And don't worry, this ain't the last time we're going back. This ain't the last time we're going back there. because I need the searchlight. There are multiple missions in this game where you have to use a searchlight or night vision goggles because it's all takes place in the dark. I'm gonna go here. Sorry, Bound Bomb, but I'm gonna have to ditch you this time around in favor of just the long shot. But again, it's still very powerful, especially when you mix it with the high reload. I don't have to worry about getting hurt too much. I don't have to worry about getting blown up or dying. However, this is the mission that, because I was looking up like the cheats just to clarify earlier this morning to clarify, you know, so I know which cheat was what. At least for my own sanity. But I found something else. I found something else with this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And you go in here. And I hope you enjoy this room because this is going to be the boss room. Yes, there's another boss. However, you have to go in here. Cutscene. You got a secret part. Now, all my years of playing this game, this secret part meant nothing. I just thought, oh, you needed this as part of to beat the main storyline, I'm assuming. That's it. 2-shot kill, nothing fancy. And while that is pretty cool, there is one thing I gotta do here real quick. Man, now you can actually see my face better. Reaction time! Because I just found this out this morning. So, that secret part that we just picked up. Oh, and there's another boss battle if you want to go there and do that, which we will, but not yet. And I went into the wrong town. I don't want to go to Nulnik. I want to go to Tughai. Or Tugi. Tuggy, I don't know how the fuck you pronounce it. Now, we got that secret part. In all my years of playing this game, I did not know this at all. There was that pink tank I talked to on the hill in this town a bit earlier. There's a reason. If you find that secret part, go to Tuki, and you talk to this pink tank up here. This is my first time doing this, so you're getting real reaction out of me. You've got something unusual. May I take a look at it? Yes. I guess it's a core unit for CPU parts. Let me see. I'll make this into a customizable part. you go. This seems like a good one. Take a take a good care of it. Oh, Chapin, you. Oh, we love you. We love you, Japan. We really do. Take a good care of it. Look, I know it's stupid as a typo. I know I shouldn't be reacting this much, but god damn it, that's funny. Oh, a Q-necked CPU. Okay, what the fuck is a Q-necked CPU? Parts for lock-on, quite powerful. It is better than the one that I have right now, I'll give it that. Too bad I can find a better one later. That's interesting. And ooh, even the model looks really, really good. I like it. Oh, that's cool. It's a red CPU chip. That's cool. That's cool looking. I like that. But the weird thing that I saw on the website was that it said it was a Q-necked radar. Like, I thought it was gonna be a radar part. I didn't know it was gonna be a CPU part. Huh. So the website lied. But no, I've never seen that before. That's new. In all my years of playing this game, that's new. That was new. And I think it was pretty awesome. I think that's awesome. Okay. So we are at almost 2 hours. I'll crank it out just a little bit longer, a little more. Because we're going to go do that one battle. Right after I go and change this. Yeah, I need the bound bomb part again. Because, yeah, we don't need the searchlight right now. But we have it. But we have it so we can do all the nighttime missions. Oh yeah, this is also a secret boss, by the way, a little bit of a special boss. Fear of flails. Oh yeah, and you're in a barrier too. Which is fine. Oh, but he's gonna do that. Nah, cool. And we'll start to blow it up just a little bit more. Just keep spamming that bound bomb. And then we blow it up. And then a magical snow NATO appears, spins around, throws it up in the air, and blows it up. That's it. That's it. That was that mission. Ooh, and we got some tanks. We got some more tanks. Beautiful. However, here's what I am going to do, though. now that we are at the point of the game where, oh, we can finish it a lot faster. Now, you might think, oh, there's a flag here. That means that we're going to start another mission right away. Nope. This is one of those things where to start the mission, you have to go into town first. And to get into town, you got to go right into here. And you get to talk to him. So, look, I love the music to death, but I think we're gonna mute that now. We are at the wind down, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry that I had to cut it. I'm sorry I got to cut it here. But on Monday, I am gonna be finishing the rest of this game. I'm excited because if I'm gonna do this particular mission, I want to have a clear head. Because I really, really hate this mission coming up. It's good until it isn't. Until you realize that it isn't. And that it's a wild card. Technically, this is the only mission in the game where the Gatling gun is effective, but at the same time, I'm not sure. It's a mission that takes place in the water. You gotta defend your ships, and you gotta defeat the enemy ships, and then there's this big other, carrier, the enemy carrier, that, oh yeah, which I found out it does count as part of all the enemies, so you have to destroy the carrier. The problem is that it's so far on the other side, and it's moving farther away, that you have to destroy it relatively quickly or you fail the mission, because you're always going to be out of bounds there if you're going to defeat it, and you gotta be quick with it. But now I'm winding it down here, folks. I hope you enjoyed this good little introduction into Seek and Destroy, or as I like to call it, World of Tanks Poor Man's Edition, or the poor man's version. And I am not switching tanks. I am not switching tanks. I really want to get the spiky cat, because that's the best one in the game, but High Cat 2 is going to have to suffice, unfortunately, but something's better than nothing, I guess. But now I'm winding it down here. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Those who watch, I do want to thank everybody. Like I said, oh no, that is not it. Like I said, it's going to be every Saturday, 9 a.m., and every Monday at 5 p.m. is when I'm doing streams. I will be addressing more of what I plan on doing on the Monday streams on Monday, because all I'm going to say is that some of it's going to be gaming and some of it's going to be other stuff, and the other stuff is going to have a different name. And other than that, I am actually just going to leave that there. Top off our upgrades with our tank. And we get rid of the Hyper CPU. We get rid of the Cat 2. I just realized I could have done that. Yeah, we're good as it is for now. We're good as it is. But no, on that note, like I said, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you like if you like the content that I post, if you like the commentary, if you like what I do, don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, all of this stuff is up to you. I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to be a Mr. Beast and pretentiously be like, subscribe to the channel now, or you're going to get bitten by a spider. No, I'm not going to do that. But I will say that it really does help a little bit with the algorithm. I know, bad excuse, but it really does help. It helps get my stuff out there. It helps introduce to newer audiences. I will also preface for the record that these streams are 18 plus. If you're under 18, please don't be watching this. I know I might be playing games that are, you know, I mean, this is rated T for teen. I mean, you can be at least 13 to play the game, but my commentary is definitely 18 plus. Vulgar language. Lots of language. Fuck. Okay. But on that note, thank you guys for watching. What else? My social media is in the description. Like I said, every Saturdays at 9 a.m. and every Mondays. Yeah, wow, I don't even know why I'm saying that. I am saying that wrong. Every Saturday at 9 a.m., every Monday at 5 p.m. Cannot emphasize that enough. Every Saturday, 9 a.m., every Monday, 5 p.m. But on Monday, we are going to be finishing up Seek and Destroy. And other than that, thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good rest of your day, and take care.